Good morning, everybody. There's the little girl has the boo boo. That's Gretchen, and her boo boo is that little foot. This morning she woke up somewhat early, around 5ish. I let her out. Actually, it was before 5. I let her out, and then I gave her her medicine. She's gonna lick. That's the foot that doesn't feel well, but it's not the foot. Good morning, everyone. It's mom mode, and it's the update on our dear Gretchen, the silky hair terrier. Now, what's going on with Gretchen? Gretchen's left paw, right there, underneath, you would say like you're underneath your armpit. See where she's licking? That, that and her neck, the back of her neck, she has an issue. And based on she went in for an x-ray, they didn't find anything, which means it could be a nerve. So they put her on prednisone, which is an anti-inflammatory. It will reduce any swelling. And they put her on prednisone, is the anti-inflammatory, and gabapentin, which is a painkiller. It's a very good painkiller for dogs. Now, there are side effects and stuff like that. It can give up stomach upset. But I space them out, and I give it to coat the stomach. And I'm going to be giving her food in a little while, and then I'm going to be giving her I gave her prednisone, the anti-inflammatory, at 6 this morning, and I'm going to give her the gabapentin, which is the painkiller, at 8. Try to space it out a couple of hours so it doesn't irritate the stomach. The reason she's itching, she's not itching, she feels like a pinch on her, some pain. So she's licking that paw, and so the pain is under her paw. It's actually underneath the paw, like the armpit, if you want to say, and her neck. That's what we're dealing with, guys. This is the update on Gretchen. I've already kept a running log of her medicines. She, like I said, she takes the gabapentin and the she takes the prednisone, which is a steroid, the gabapentin, Movoflex for arthritis, and fluoxetine for her anxiety. Come on, friends. She's in her room. She was in her pen. She was sleeping. Let me show you. She was sleeping in her nighttime pen, and she had a phenomenal nighttime pen sleep. Here is her pen. She was sleeping here. I actually bought her an orthopedic mat for this side of the pen. So you'll see that today. Hopefully it comes today. So, and I'll put this blanket on top. She has that bed as well, but this is just going to be a flat mat. And she has that, which I bought an orthopedic cushion for inside there just to make it extra warm for her. But she's been sleeping right here with that little stuffed animal. This is where she slept, everyone. Good morning to everybody that is on. So she woke up early. I gave her, I let her out. She did her business. She wanted to come back in. And then I let her stay in her room. And I say this is her room. This is our sunroom. My father designed this sunroom many, many moons ago. My father is an high-rise concrete super, but he also has tremendous he's also architectural. And he designed this room. Now, what happened was I wanted a sunroom. And a gentleman came to my house, a sunroom specialist, and said, well, in this part of the town, you can only have a standard rectangular sunroom. I said, I want something that reminds me of Colorado. Like the high roof, the windows, the whole 9 yards. I want all of that. I want windows all around. And he gave me a ridiculous price. So then I went to a friend of mine who's a builder, and I said to him, my father drew a plan. Can you do it for me? And he said, I'll do it for you. Because I gave him my sister, who he built her house, her whole house, from concrete base to all the way up. He built her house. So he kind of gifted me this. I paid for it, but at a very, very, very good price. He's a very good friend. I've given him many, many jobs. He built the extension. See this piece of my house that's jutting out? That's an extension right there. That's an extension of my house. Yeah, he with the bay window. From that point on, that is an extension of my house. He did that for me. So, and this I had attached to this, the little walkway thing I had attached. That's an Amish gazebo I got for, again, an unbelievable price. Every time I tell somebody, they're like, that's crazy, that's crazy. And I did. And I maintain everything to keep it in the best shape possible. But this is Gretchen's room, because when we got Gretchen, adopted her, she was behavioral, and it was very hard to manage her. So we had to work with a behaviorist and a therapist, a behaviorist, I'm sorry, and a trainer. And it was very, very difficult with her in the very beginning. And, one day at a time is all I can say, one day at a time. Still, I think it was a couple of days ago, she barked at my husband when he walked into this room and I was here. So this is just the update on Gretchen. She's on her pain meds. I'm logging them. I keep a running log of all of them. That's something I do. This is her room that she primarily stays in. I shouldn't say that, because I notice more and more, there's her feeding area. More and more, she's actually gravitating out here. And she'll sometimes stay in Plato's bed. Or she'll actually go to her pen over there. I leave the door open. She'll go in there and sometimes sleep, or she'll sleep under the table or hang out with my son. It's always different. We never know which way she's going. Here's the running log. Like, whenever you have medicines, it's very important to keep a running log. It started December 4th. I put Gretchen, Dr. Davis, orthopedic, December 4th. This is her dosage. This was Thursday. The first dose of prednisone was at 5 p.m. And at 7:30, she received fluoxetine. And then on December 5th, this was yesterday, the second dose, 6 a.m. prednisone, 8 a.m. gabapentin. 2 p.m. she had the Movoflex, which is for arthritis. 4:15, the gabapentin again. She's allowed up to 3 gabapentins a day. Then it was her third dose of prednisone, which is at 6 p.m. And 7:20 p.m. she had a fluoxetine. This morning so far, which is Saturday, she had her fourth dose at 6 a.m. of prednisone. So it's very important. Oh, good morning, Roblox lover. Hey, hi, Roblox lover. Hi. I'm updating on Gretchen. Just a little more in depth. I put a short video out. It's 28 degrees. Ugh. It's 28 degrees at 7:21. This morning I had before Gretchen even woke up. I think I woke up at 3:30 this morning, because I wanted to, I'll show you the tiger cat. I wanted to immediately put the tiger cat. The problem we're having is the heater that I purchased needs 240 amps, I think it is. These are 120. So if you can notice, it was actually burning out that part of the outlet. Do you see that? That one right there, it's a little hot. The one over there to the right. Yep. Hi, good morning, Robo Lover. Hi, and Fairy Time. Hi, how are you doing? Number 1, yay, thank you. So when I plug the heater, now I have 2 heaters. I can't put both heaters plugged in the garage, because it's flipping the switch. So I have to put one in my house and one in the garage. I'll show you in a minute. I don't want to open the door because the cat's going to move. So now what I'm doing is, you're not supposed to use an extension cord, but I have to, because it's so cold in the garage. I put it on my outdoor plug, and I think it might be a 250 amp. But I'm also not putting it at the highest level of the heater. I'm putting it, there are 3 levels. I'm putting it at the second highest. The third high is really blasting, and it's great, but it's burning my plugs out. And according to the electrician, that's not a good thing. You can see her, there we go, guys. You see that foot up in the air? That's a boo-boo. See her limping? So yesterday she had only one walk. Hi everybody. Does your daughter play soccer? Both my kid. Hi. I can see the burnout. Yeah. Uh, my kids both played soccer, not traveling soccer, just for enjoyment, for about say I'm 6 or 7 years. That was it. But in their younger days, I don't even know if they. I don't think they didn't. They didn't do in high school, in grammar school, just to hang with their friends. It wasn't something that they were really. My kids are not athletic kids. My son and my daughter. My son stayed in track for 1 year, and that was a push track, and he didn't even. He was like okay. My daughter didn't like it. Um, Karate they did for several years. Jitsu. I'm trying to think. They did. They're more. I always say cerebral. They're more kids that are heavily into, the science, discovery, all that stuff. The environment. Like they look at every single thing, examine everything. They're not really into. Hi. Oh, somebody's giving smiles and hearts. Thank you, poor dog. Thank you very much. Say hi. Hi, BKEDIT Daily. Thank you. How you doing? Like, subscribe, share, and comment. And the commenters, you're fantastic. Thank you. Does your daughter play? No, yeah, I have two kids, and I actually have three, but one passed away uh, when he was 2.5 months old from undiagnosed cardiac disease. So we found out cardiac disease runs in my family, and both my daughter and my son that are here. My daughter had open heart surgery, and my son had an irregular QT. That's the electricity that it fixed itself after 3 days, but he was under cardiac review. That's a whole nother thing. For 7 years, I think he was under cardiac review, and then they cleared him that he's not a cardiac kid. But my daughter has congenital cardiac disease, and she had a transposition of the two great arteries. And so I've actually had three kids, but I have two kids now. But it's a whole thing. But right now, this is about Gretchen. So we're working with Gretchen. We're giving her the meds. Please pray for her because the doc said he's calling. We have to call him by Tuesday. And if you don't see a significant improvement, she has to see a neurologist. So there's an if game. The if game is they're worried that the worst case scenario could be a tumor that's somewhere, and she would need an ultrasound, not an MRI. So, and then we found out about Plato. So now Plato has to go back on Tuesday because they're have a small concern Plato the Shih Tzu could have Cushing's disease. So we just have to bring him back, and that Cushing's blood work test is 8 hours. So we have to bring him in the morning. It's a whole, when it rains, it pours. And right now it's snowing. So I need lots of prayers that my black cat that has losing fur, that it's stress related, I flipped the diet to just seafood for her. Let's pray and hope that gets resolved. Orange, that his thinness, that gets resolved, and it's just that he's been very, very active. He is playing, he is eating, he's very affectionate, all that's up. But Orange is also an older cat. Let's hope that gets itself in check. Gretchen, let's pray that her leg, all the steroids and the painkillers help her. And with Plato, that the blood work next week comes back, that he doesn't have Cushing's because he doesn't have any other symptoms. He's not drinking and urinating excessively. It's when their body, Cushing's, produces too much cortisol. So we all have to pray. And I pray for all of you that are going through some rough times. I do. All of us. My mother is going through stuff. I feel like every time I turn around, but you know what? This is in God's hands. You have to put it in God's hands. That's my belief. 100%. What's going on? Poor dog. We're going to all pray for him. Her, we're praying for. Say hi. So I put it in God's hands. I say, I don't have any control of this. He does. The only thing I control is that I'm treating symptoms. I see it, and I'm going to deal with it. That's all I can do. Everything else is up to God. I'm giving it to him. And I pray to him that he makes her better, and Plato great, and me, and my husband, my kids, all of you. All of you. I want everybody out there doing fantastic. This is all we can do, and if we put love into it, it makes the journey a little easier. And we put kindness in it, makes the journey easier. Just remember, everybody has a difficult journey. Just put a lot of love and kindness and caring. And if you see somebody or something that needs help, be there. Be there. So, what happened this morning was I woke up, and before I even let Gretchen out, Plato had a couple of accidents. And all of a sudden, I found something over here, a loose poop. So he tried to go out this door to go out. He realized, oh no, the door's not open. So then he pooped over there. And I said, oh no. But the really bad thing is I stepped in it. I figured it was only one. He tried to go over there. And I stepped a little bit in it. And I said, oh my God, it was on my sneaker. It was just crazy. I said, then my husband woke up an hour later and he said, what's wrong with you? I said, you have no idea what I have been through. First of all, I couldn't open the electrical panel outside to plug the heater in for the garage. That thing, let me tell you, I don't know who makes it. It's on the side of the house. Can I show? It's right behind this thing. There's an electrical outside here. Outside here, there's an electrical panel that I'm plugging in for the cat in the garage, Tigger. It was crazy. It's great. Look at her. She's like, Mom, I want my painkiller. I am going to give it to you. I want to give you a little food first. So I have to wake up my daughter. I'm looking at the time. Gretchen's like a time clock, but I want to quickly let me wake up my daughter. My daughter, everybody here goes to sleep very late. They do a lot of work, and no, don't worry, that's not a poop. That's just a piece of what is it called there? The throw. It has little dangling things. It gets stuck under the wheel. Okay. Remember my peeking through the windows? There it is. There's the peeking through the window. The squirrel, guys. It's very cool. This is the secret garden area. Look what my husband did. He poured seeds all over. So you have a lot of blue jays. They come and they love this tree. On the branches down there. Oh, you see the blue jay? Do you see him? Cool, huh? Look at that. Look at that. Look at him. He's like, I got to go down there and grab a nut. He's going to go down. There he is. There he is. You see him? Peek through your window. Peek through your window and see what is out there. It's pretty amazing. This is us. So, let me just see. See, and he also put the seed out for the deer. The deer haven't come. It's really cold. Hold on one second. Lauren? Okay, she's coming. This is one of my favorite pictures. It's a Renoir. I brought that from my house when I was married. It's one of my favorite. Introduce your kid. Oh, good morning. I like your videos and your dog. Oh, Laura Edmonds, thank you very much. Hello. I'm new here. Hi, Laura. It's wonderful having you here. This is going to be a heck of a journey for all of us. I'm going to get